Hello, dear students. Today I would like to give information about branch of the linguistics, the subject of which is Introduction to the Linguistics. So let's get started. So before starting about the branch of the linguistics, I want to give information what is the language and what is the linguistics. So what is the language? Language is the principal method of human communication, consisting of words used in a structured and conventional way and conveyed by speech, writing, or gesture. Language is a unique and organic communication system. It is unique because it is only humans who possess it. It is organic because it grows and changes all the time, just like a plant or any organism. Language can also be defined through its key design features. It is unique because of its close relationship with the human mind, the brain, and society. So, as I mentioned, language, it is a means of communication. It is unique. It is unique because only humans who can possess it. It is organic because it can change. It is some factors like human mind, the brain, society, it influences the language that we make, and that's why it is like it grows and it changes. That's why it is organic. So what is linguistics? The linguistics is a science which studies of language and its structure, including the study of grammar, syntax, and phonetics. There are several branches of the linguistics. So there are phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics and sociolinguistics. These are the branches of the linguistics. Now let's see each of them and to analyze each of them. So the first one is phonology. Phonology studies how sounds are organized and used in language. The phoneme plays a key role here. The word phoneme was created in 1876 by the Polish academic John Bowden de Courtenay, whose work is considered to be the foundation of what we know now as phonology. Phonemes are meaningless sound units in which language users put together to form meanings. Listen to speakers of different languages and you will note quite quickly that different tongues use different ranges of sounds. The main aim of phonology is to understand the rules of how these meaningless phonemes are combined in order to represent meaning in a particular language. In practice, a phonologist examines the sound patterns of a particular language by identifying the phonetic sounds and trying to clarify the way in which speakers interpret these sounds. So the next branch is phonetics. Phonetics is the study of human sounds. Phonetics is divided into three types according to the production, transmission, and perception of sounds. So the next branch is morphology. Morphology studies the structure of words. In fact, the term was first used by the great German poet Johann Wolfgang Goethe to describe the study of the structure of animals and plants. In years to come, it was used to describe the area of grammar that investigates the structure of words. The German August Schleicher was the first linguist to describe languages in terms from biology. In living organisms, separate cells form tissues which form organs, which in turn form systems. In language, phonemes combine to form meaningful sounds. Morphemes or bits of words combine to form whole meaningful words. Syntactic units like nouns and verbs and adjectives combine in a rule-bound ways to form sentences. It is easy to see why Schleicher started to see this similarity between languages and living organisms. So, as I mentioned here, morphology studies the structure of the words. Like morphemes, they like each word consists of stems, root morphemes and inflections. And these morphology studies these kind of features of the language, and this morphology also studies the parts of the language like nouns, verbs, secondary parts of the speech like adverb, adjective, pronoun, and etc. So let's move to syntax. Syntax. This is the arrangement of words in sentences, clauses and phrases, and the study of the formation of sentences and the relationship of their component parts. The meaning remains constant because the un ending of the form by boy indicates the object of the verb, regardless of its position in the sentence. As it is given here, one example, the meaning remains constant because the ending of the form, the boy, indicates the object of the verb regardless of its position in the sentence. Syntax can have an important impact on communication. For example, the position of a verb in the sentence can mean the difference between a statement and a question. If you get that wrong, it could cause a lot of trouble and misunderstanding in some situations. Different languages have very different rules of syntax. Here, given the we should know when it comes when we give as example English language, the position of each word it plays a great role in English language, because here the order of the word it is the most important feature. When you change the order of the word in the sentence, the meaning of the sentence also can change. Let's analyze one example. For example, if we take the word, the sentence like Hunter killed a fox. If in this situation we change the place of the fox with the hunter, the meaning of the sentence also changes. For example, fox killed the hunter. Here it means totally different thing. That's why the position of the words important. Words are important in making sentences in English language. But when it comes in Uzbek language, it is not so important. Because when you change the position of the words, the meaning, it doesn't influence to the meaning of the sentence also. Like, let's take one example. If we say, men maktabga bordum, it means it is going to school, yes? But when we say maktabga men bordum, the meaning is the same. When we say bordum maktabga men, in this situation also it means the same thing. Now, as you see here, the meaning of the sentences are the same, and the order of the words in the sentences, it is not, it doesn't influence to the meaning of the sentence itself. So, in English language, the position of a verb, it means a great the important feature to make statement or question. For example, if we say he is a doctor, in this situation it means a statement. It is a statement. Yes, it means that he is a doctor. But when we change here the position of the verb with the pronoun, it becomes a question. Like, is he a doctor? In this situation, when we change the position of the pronoun and verb, it means a question sentence. Now, as you see here, the role of the verb in the sentence, it is the main thing, it is the main feature. So, the syntax, it is mostly studies, it studies the sentences, it studies the clauses, it studies the phrases and the formation of the sentences and the relationship of the components of the sentences. So let's move to another branch. The next one is semantics. Semantics is a study of the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences. Linguistic semantics deals with the conventional meaning conveyed by the use of words, phrases, and sentences of a language. And as you see here in semantics, we study mostly the meaning of the words, not the structure of the words, but the meaning of the words. For example, let's analyze one word. If we take one word like books, in this word, when we analyze the grammatical, morphological structure of the word, it is the grammatical meaning of this word is noun. And the form of this word is, it is in a plural form because books, yes. But when we analyze the semantic from the aspect of semantics, the meaning of the word book is, it is the something that we read every day. Yes, it is equipment. It is made from papers, and we use it in order to read. To get information. Yes, now this is the semantical meaning of this word. So there are conceptual and associative meanings in semantics. When we investigate the meaning of words in language, we are normally interested in characterizing the conceptual meaning and less concerned with the associative meanings of the words. Conceptual meaning covers those basic essential components of meaning that are conveyed by the literal use of a word. Some of the basic components of a word, like needle in English, might include thin, sharp steel instrument. These components would be part of the conceptual meaning of needle. So the next branch is pragmatics. Pragmatics in linguistics, the philosophy and the study of the use of natural language. In communication, more generally, the study of the relations between languages and their users. It is sometimes defined in contrast with linguistic semantics, which can be described as the study of the rule systems that determine the literal meanings of linguistic expressions. Pragmatics is then the study of how both literal and non-literal aspects of communicated linguistic meaning are determined by principles that refer to the physical or social context in which language is used. So, when we analyze pragmatics, it is, we can put this, it is meaning which is not given in the dictionaries. We analyze the meaning of the words that we can't find in the dictionaries. Let's analyze one situation. Now, for example, imagine two workers, they are working in the building, and one of them throwing a brick to another one, and the second worker should catch this brick. And each time while throwing the brick, the first worker says brick. Instead of catch it, he used the word brick. And in this situation, the word brick means now you should catch it, yes? But if you look up the dictionaries, you can't find the meaning of the brick in dictionaries. There is no this kind of meaning. Now this is the meaning of this word in the context. The context itself shows that now in this situation, brick means now you catch it. You see, the pragmatics, it studies this kind of use of the natural language in communication. The use of the language in the communication in the real situation, now that you can, which you can't find in dictionaries. So, or let's analyze another example. In Uzbek language, all people, they are, if they need, sometimes they use the word like 5 minutes. Please wait 5 minutes. Yes, but for, is it real 5 minutes? Do you think it is it? Do you think that it is real 5 minutes? No. For them, 5 minutes, it means some time. Yes, it can take for them half an hour or an hour, but they say, now please wait 5 minutes. This is pragmatics. If you know is Uzbek people, if you know the mentality of these people, you know that if Uzbek person, if he says, now please wait 5 minutes, you will not wait 5 minutes. It means now you should wait some time, yes. But when it comes to English people, if you say now wait, if they say now wait 5 minutes, it means it is real 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, they will start their job. Yes, now for them, 5 minutes, it is exactly 5 minutes. But when you, there is no, the meaning of 5 minutes, if you search the dictionaries of Uzbek language, if you search the word 5 minutes, there is no, the meaning which tells that it is for Uzbek people half an hour or an hour. You can't find this kind of meaning of this word, because this is the natural aspect of the language, which you can find in the real communication. So the last branch of the linguistics, it is sociolinguistics. Sociolinguistics, the study of the sociological aspects of the language. The discipline concerns itself with the part language plays in maintaining the social roles in a community. Sociolinguists attempt to isolate those linguistic features that are used in particular situations and that mark the various social relationships among the participants and the significant elements of the situation. Influences on the choice of sounds, grammatical elements, and vocabulary items may include such factors as age, sex, education, occupation, race, and peer group identification, among others. For example, an American English speaker may use such forms as he don't know nothing or he doesn't know anything, depending on such considerations as his level of education, race, social class, and consciousness, or the effect he wishes to produce on the person he is addressing. In some languages, such as Japanese, there is an intricate system of linguistic forms that indicate the social relationship of the speaker to the hearer. So, social linguistics, it's, as I mentioned, it studies the influence of the society to the language that we make. It studies the dialects, it studies the accents of people, and how the society influences the language that we make. Mostly when we, you see, if we take in this situation example of two people, for example, one of them is educated and the second one is uneducated. When we compare the speech of these kind of two people, you may see the differences in the choice of the vocabulary, in the use of the grammatical rules. For example, uneducated person can make different kind of grammatical mistakes, or when he use several words, he can use some root words in his speech. But when we listen to the educated person, we can see that he can use a big range of vocabulary. He can use the grammatical rules of the language properly. Now you see, social linguistics study these kind of features of the language, and there are several factors which influence to the language that we make, like age, for example, the speech of the children, the speech of adults and teenagers, the speech, the language of older people, and the sex. When we say, mean sex here, males, they make different, when they make a speech, they may use some different words that women, they don't use in their speech. Or when we take as an example the speech of women, they may use some different words that men, they don't speak, they don't use in their speech. Now you see, these kind of factors sociolinguistics mostly studies. So now let's do conclusion. Now, as we conclude today's lesson, language, it is a means of communication. It is unique and organic communication system. It is unique because it is only humans who possess it. It is organic because it grows and changes all the time. And but linguistics, it is the study of the language. It is the scientific study of the language, and there are several branches of the language, branches of the linguistics, like phonology, phonetics, syntax, morphology, semantics, pragmatics, sociolinguistics, and according these branches have their own features, and according this the function of this branch, the linguistics studies the language. This was briefly information about the language, about the linguistics and the branches of the linguistics. I think it was informative and useful lesson for you. Thank you for your attention. Bye.